You want to switch your seats now? Switch your seats.
Oh, they'll kirtan will be first. I'm just, as soon as anybody will say anything, that's coming. We can stay informal for now, even all night, because it's very beautiful. But we'll switch later. But yeah, so if that time in Ram's Leela, all dharma is established. When Krishna will come, no dharma. But no dharma is the highest dharma because he's Bhagavan.
Right.
The very first verse of Ras Leela, Shukadeva Goswami made this point. Bhagavan apitara tri sarvikamalika. So he didn't say Krishna, he said Bhagavan.
Bhagavan, yeah.
To let Parikshit Maharaj know who's performing this Ras Leela is Bhagavan. But he's doing Naravat Leela. He's doing like a human pastime. But he established this is Bhagavan apitara tri. On this night that he calls for us, it's God. So he doesn't think that any ordinary person can do this. But even after Ras Leela, Krishna not happy. He was still left with three desires. Because in the Ras Leela, because love is so high. So he wants to know now, Radha Pranaya Mahima Kindu.
That's why I encourage Mahaprabhu. But then Kalki Avatar also is there, right? If he is incarnating as, he came in as Lord Krishna, obviously. But then with those three, he said he'll come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then the Kalki Avatar is also still pending, right?
Lagu Bhagavatam Mita Rupa Shamipar. In the Kali Yuga, when Mahaprabhu appears, no Leela Avatar. So Kalki appears in the form in Mahaprabhu because he's Sub-Avatari. This is written in Lagu Bhagavatam Mita Rupa Shamipar. And Srila Prabhupada quotes it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Bhagavatam, he quotes the normal sequence of what happens with avatars. But in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhumi will know that verse where it is. He'll quote that in this Kali Yuga, there'll be no Leela avatars. He quotes from Lagu Bhagavatam.
So
no Kalki. 6,100. Majuli 6,100.
6,100. It's 109 now.
Yeah, I think 99. 199. He quotes it. Oh, please come in. Where's the 15 years?
Well, we have Mr. Bhakti, you know.
Great.
Stop.
Not anymore. Yeah, okay.
We should get started with kirtan, Prabhu. Did you feel yourself comfortable? Put your hands.
Let me see.
If you can give your phone, Bhumi Prabhu, I can just keep it close to the speaker.
I'll put my phone over there. So he's gonna...
Would you okay if I sit down here?
If you like.
Okay.
But you know.
Yeah, this
You can help me give the lecture.
You
can help me.
Is this all okay for me to sit?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, this is my first time here.
Oh, no. My wife will be very shy to sit. Because then she thinks I'll say something.
Bhumi Prabhu, you want to do the invocation?
The kirtan and then before Hari Katha.
Yeah, because we'll have kirtan till 7 o'clock, Hari Katha at 7.
Okay.
Okay, so
No, you can go ahead. And Prabhuji, we've understood you're a great kirtaniya.
yeah. Let's start the invocation first.
Yeah, but you can do the. I want to do Prabhu, Sriman Prabhu, or do Jayadwani. Then you can do kirtan. Then I'll Slavan Stuti before I do Hari Katha.
Okay.
Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhari Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Ju. Jai Shri Gaura Gadara Shri Radha Vallabh Ju ki Jai. Jai Nityalila Pravishto Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Stutar Satasya Samaj Shri Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki Nityalila Pravishto Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Stutar Satasya Samaj Shri Bhakti Vedanta Bhaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishto Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Stutar Satasya Samaj Shri Bhakti Vedanta Trivika Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Stutar Satasya Samaj Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Stutar Satasya Samaj Acharya Keshri Shri Bhakti Pradhan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishto Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Stutar Satasya Samaj Shri Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Gorimat Samstapaka Jaya Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Mahabhagavad Gaur Kishores Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Saptam Goswami Sachino Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Jagannath Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Guru Vedanta Acharya Baladev Vijibhushmu ki Jai. Rashik Shiromani Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur Pad ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Putraya ki Jai. Shri Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Guru ki Jai. Shri Rup Shishanachi Patraganachi Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasaganath Sadko Swami Prabhu's ki Jai. Sarup Damodar Roy Ramananda Ari Gopal Sarabinda ki Jai. Shri Nama Acharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ishwara Puri Padma Ravindu Puri Par ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Saraswati Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Rasa Krishna Jhandu Dham ki Jai. Shai Mukunda Radha Kunja Bono Ganga Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Lalita Vishakasta Sakhi ki Jai. Ruparati Ramanaman Jai ki Jai. Yogmai Purnamasi Devi ki Jai. Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Jai. Shri Kshetraman ki Jai. Jagannath Baladeshwar Shirashan Ju ki Jai. Bhakti Bhikman Asan Shri Narsingh Bhagwan ki Jai. Bhakta Prabha Harshi Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Charo Dham Charo Sampada Charo Charya ki Jai. Akarma Rachi Chaitanya Mat ki Jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki Jai. Is your microphone? Oh, yeah. And you can put them on the journey. You want to sit in it?
Yeah.
You wanna sit down?
Yeah.
Yeah, sit down. Wonderful.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, please continue.
I should. Michael, I'm going to anything about me? Yes. No.
Wonderful.
Gणपति बजे हम वादा गणपति बजे हम वादा गणपति बजे हम वादा गणपति बजे हम वरनास्यं वरप्रदं श्री वरनास्यं वरप्रदं श्री वातापि गणपतिं भजे हम वातापि गणपतिं भजे हम वातादि
सेवित शरणं भूतादि संसेवित शरणं भूतभौतिक प्रपञ्चवरणं पीतराकिनं विश्वकारणं विघ्नवारणं वातापि गणपतिं भजेऽहं वातापि गणपतिं भजेऽहं पुरकं वसम्भव मुनिवर प्रपूजितं त्रिकोणमध्यगतं मुरारि प्रमुखाद्युपासितं मूलधरं क्षेत्रस्थितं परादिचद्वारि वागर्मकं प्रणव स्वरूप वाक्रतुलं तिरुक्षेत्रं कराम्बुजपाशबीजापुरं कलशविदूरं हम सत्वनिभूषितरेवं तापि गणपतिं भजेऽहं वातापि गणपतिं भजेऽहं वातापि गणपतिं भजेऽहं वातापि गणपतिं भजेऽहम्
Oh, yeah. This is Lord Ganesha. It's about before you start
Off
something, you start
windows.
with Ganesha.
You wanna go? You go.
That's finished, right?
Okay. Tantanana rahi, tantanana pure, tantanana bale, tantanana bale, tantanana bale, tantanana. Kanduvagugina digabunindulevu. Andariki Sri Hare Antaradma, Hare Antaradma, Sri Hare Antaradma. Into Lord Janda Guranga. Tantanana rahi, tantanana pure, tantanana bale, tantanana bale, tantanana bale, tantanana. Nindara raju nindre menchu nindra lokate, andane bandhu nindra diyo lokate. Mendayila brahmana gumenta bhumi lokate. Tantanana rahi, tantanana pure, tantanana bale, tantanana bale, tantanana. Kadagi ennu kumida kayu endokate, budumi sudakamida buyu endokate. Kalupunya verupa.
Is it Venkateshwar Smriti?
Yes.
The Guru is here.
She is in India.
India.
So
Oh,
they take online classes.
oh. Very good.
Raravenu Gopabala Rajita Sakuna Jayashila Sarasaksha Nyeramevi Marubari Kodvalera Gopala Nyenendu Pujal Yevin Pudamalaragina Kedura Kadiyara Raravenu Gopabala Rajita Sakuna Jayashila Sarasaksha Mevi Marubari Kodvalera Palumaranuga Pravamunanim Pilachini Paluka Bunula Kakura Karibarata Mari Marina Aduramugra Lakarani Karamukara Ravenu Gopabala Rajita Sakuna Jayashila Sarasaksha Mevi Marubari Kodvalera Nadakarara Muharahara Bavabarera Vera Chindan Marubakura Karulanache Mari Mari Shane Nane Darara Venu Gopala Rajita Sakuna Jayashila Sarasaksha Mevi Marubari Kodvalera
All right. Very fortunate,
Thank you.
Kids are having Sanskrit at very good age, because culture in America, very tough, very difficult. So if they're growing like this with culture, everything, and learning about Sangeet and everything traditionally like this is very good.
No, I'm so happy for the opportunity because I don't think we have got an opportunity to express themselves. It's always about learning by where you express yourself.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic.
Yes,
place.
It's
Thank
also Guru Seva for you. Because
Yeah.
if you're learning something from your Sangeet Guru, and then you'll do like this for the benefit of Vaishnavas and Sadhus, is very blessing for you and your family.
Okay, thank you.
You said, okay, that's a good idea. That's good. That's good. Everything, also, everything is good in school
Yeah.
for both you and your brother.
So they sing, they play ice hockey,
Oh,
and he plays for Team Maryland, representing Team Maryland for ice
Oh.
hockey, and she's an NBA player. They are
Oh,
like a
very
complete
good.
sportsman too.
good. Academics also is good.
Academics,
Yes.
straight A's,
Okay.
we're fortunate. So we focus more on sports,
Yeah,
so the education comes automatically.
okay, good, yeah. One more?
$6.99. One more.
Maybe there one more?
Okay. Ala Radalola Murali Lola Nandalala Keshava Madhava Janardana Murali Lola Nandalala Vanamala Vrindavana Bala Murali Lola Nandalala Krishna Nandalala.
Perfect one for anything. Perfect one for anything.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yavi.
Very nice, very nice.
Can we do Hare Krishna?
Prabhuji, you want to lead kirtan? No, you can play. You want to sing? No, you can sing.
Yes.
Prabhuji.
It does really good.
Oh, yes. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to see this,
Thank you.
you know? Sometimes kids only everything else, but not anything spiritual. Yeah, so it's good balance.
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Krishna Krishna Namaste Saraswati Sharanam Prachari Nirvishesha
Hey, Sri Guru Dinabandhu Ganada Swanam Datta Pranaya Sindhu Vrindavana Sinavatara Prasira Siddhara Pranaya Prachara Ajano Lambito Bujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanai Kapitaro Kamlaya Taksho Vishwambaro Dvijavaro Yuga Dharma Palo Vande Vigat Pyakaro Kanana Ananda Lilamaya Vigraya Himam Devachta Vishundaraya Tasmai Mahaprem Rashapadaya Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Kasturi la kamla to patle bakslena kultum na sagare par bhutke taratale venu karakankanam tavangari chandanam sulalitam kant muktavali rajastriyo parivesito vijayate gopal chudamani he shisham sundar shikar shekar smira hasumili manohara rarikarasika mama kipaniri supriya charana kinkaring kuru tavai vasmi na jivami tvaya vina Ityavijayarade tvam nayamam charanantikam Yakinkareshu bhavsa kalu kakavani Nityaparasya purusha shashakandamali Tasya kadarasanidev sabhanujas Tatkeli kunja bhavanangana marjini shama Pajami radha raravinda netram Smarami radha madhura smitasam Vadhami radha karuna varajam Tato manasti gati nakapi Bhakita vahina yaparada lakshay Shittascha kamari tarangamaji Kripa mai tvang sharanang prapana Vrinde namaste charanara vindam Kanaka jalada gatro nila sobhagya netro Mrigumar varabalo malati kundamalo Taruna taruna vesho nilampitam bharesho Smaranini Britani Kunje Radhiko Krishna Chandro Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaurav Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. I need to dial in first. Just bear with me 1 second.
Bhumi Prabhu, you want to introduce Mukunda Prabhu with us for the group?
Welcome and thank you for choosing.
Okay. First of all, thank you everyone for your association. This is the first Harikatha. I'm super excited. So I want to welcome Mukunda Prabhu, who is a Gaudiya and disciple of Sri Bhaktivedanta and Goswami Maharaj.
We don't hear very well.
Mukunda Prabhu is very unassuming, but I would say he's an exalted devotee. I have been listening to his Harika Sangha for the last 6+ months. I've been floored in the way he explains Tattva in a very, I would say, contemporary way. So people like me who don't, for whom the scriptures are too complicated to understand, he explains for a person like me, a dumb person like me understand. And it's very beautiful. So on behalf of everyone, first I'd like to say thank you, Prabhu, for being here and for your kind association. I'd like to welcome on behalf of everyone.
Haribo. And give to Maharaj. No, I'll take the blessing.
Give to. Give me to.
Okay, let him touch it. If Bhumi will touch.
All right, that is.
Bhumi, let Bhumi touch.
I'd also want to recognize a couple of other people here who have come. I'd like to welcome our brave, fearless, and very admirable temple president, Ananda Mataji. I've been working with Mataji for the last 8 to 12 months. You should see the temple. The way our Kotonak
I have to
temple.
go. Yeah, I have to
Yes,
go.
the way I've been to many temples, but I would say that is an intimacy which is there, and the way people are volunteering and work, it's all because of tireless efforts of Mataji. I'd also want to recognize and honor Bhumi Prabhuji.
Bhumi.
What can I say? Bhumi Prabhuji is his Sangha, the way he organizes. I'm part of the Sangha group listening Monday to Friday. He is like a taskmaster and a teacher, and also a compassionate person, all rolled into one. So Bhumi Prabhuji is also a disciple of our beloved Guru Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, and his service and the mood with which he serves. And he says the only reason he does it because his Guru Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj ordered him to do and perform the service. And I think that's the mood we all try to inculcate.
We used to have my picture with Prabhupada walking the Potomac in 76. I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know if they still have it.
We have to go visit.
1976.
Oh,
Guru Prabhu. My apologies, Maharaj.
I'll introduce Maharaj. This is Puja Bhashama Bhaktivedanta Shanta Maharaj, and we've known each other for 45 years. We started under the auspices of His Holiness Bhakti Tit Swami. We went to Africa to open temples. So we went there in 1979.
Actually, I was there.
He was there and I came there. And when I came there, he was the first person. Actually, Srila Bhakti Maharaj went there. He was the first devotee there in West Africa. And when I came there in 1979, then we started to open temples in Nigeria and Ghana, so many different places. So in Zambia, Zimbabwe, so many different pioneering things on behalf of our Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. So yeah, so like we're like brothers, very, very, very close.
When we came, right, we opened this temple in with Bhakti
Maharaj Institute.
Then I left. I went to the temple in Potomac. At that time, Potomac was, falling apart. So it was only 3 of us who were maintaining all the deities for almost 3 years. Yes, in Potomac. From 92 to 95.
92, 95.
Yes.
So it's a blessing now. Prabhupada's mercy. Mataji has taken that temple, and now that temple's.
It looks like
very quickly. Also, yes, Mataji. Mataji, how long has it taken to get to this stage? I mean, just from because I remember a couple of years ago there was the flood.
Yes.
So that was not that. So this is very quickly. Everything has progressed.
Yeah.
The Prabhupada's mercy.
Last year, 10.
Wow.
And supposed to, and Krishna willing, by Thanksgiving.
That's what Prabhuji told me. I was like, it's so fast. Tomorrow I'm with Nilamada Prabhu. And also that temple, my daughter went to Gurukul there in Baltimore. That temple also very quickly came up. My gosh. All right, I will put on things. So I thought of what to speak tonight, and I thought I would speak on the gifts of Srila Prabhupada because it is universal. And according to different levels of devotees, different understandings are there. When I first walked in, we had kind of elevated conversation, but I think maybe we should come down some and discuss the gifts of Srila Prabhupada. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it's mentioned there, Pritya Chayata Nagaradigram, Svacha Prachar Hoibe Moranam. Mahaprabhu made a prediction. So Mahaprabhu and his Vakya or his speech, they're not two different things. If the Lord will say something, that thing is reality. So Mahaprabhu predicted that Harinam would prachar all over the world. So this is very interesting also, because sometimes when we hear that verse, we translate it as the name will be chanted all over the world. But here Mahaprabhu said, "Savracha prachar hoive mornam." The name will be preached all over the world. The reason he said that is because Harinam is not just letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. It is not just what's called Nam Akshar, the letters. So there are 32 syllables, Sanskrit syllables, 16 names, 8 pairs of names, and one reality. The one reality of all of these names is love, something that we do not have in this material world. In the material world, it's described in scripture. Kaitavam rahitam prema, na prema nushulake. In the material world, there is not really love. What appears to be love here is called kaitava. The word kaitava means like cheating. Cheating. It's like cheating. Because everybody has self-interest. That's just the nature of the material world. Everybody has their self-interest. That I will love you if such and such and such and such will go on. I will love you if you reciprocate such and such and such and such. So there is no unconditional love. And it is because we are conditioned beings. So you cannot have something unconditional manifest from conditioned beings. So then the question becomes, well, how then, Mukunda, will we get unconditional? Everybody wants this unconditional love. There's no doubt about that. So how will we become unconditioned? So first, if you go to a doctor, what is the first thing they do? They'll give diagnosis. They will check you, they'll check everything and give a diagnosis. So in the same way, all of our spiritual mentors, means our spiritual parampara, they've already written so many sastras, so many books describing the condition of the conditioned living entity. How are they conditioned? In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 11th canto, it's mentioned. Anadi avidya yuktasha. So just this first line, Anadi avidya yuktasha. So the word anadi literally means without any beginning. Literally. Jiva Goswami in Paramatma Sandarbha, he has gone over this word extensively. So the word anadi, according to Jiva Goswami, means something that has no beginning, but it has an end. Therefore, we have hope. It has no beginning, but it does have an end, right? So anadi avidya yuktasha. The word avidya means absence of vidya. Vidya means knowledge. What knowledge? Who am I? Who is God? And what is my relationship? So the absence of that knowledge is called avidya. But because the living entity is truly someone, you cannot just void that out. Right? When Sanatana Goswami asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kayami, who am I? Kenyamai Jaritapatrai, why am I suffering? Mahaprabhu answered, Nitya, what is this verse? Jivera Surupoya Krishnera Nitya Das. So he gave the identity of the Jiva, that the Jiva is Nitya Das of God. He's the eternal servant of God. That's the identity. So what happens in avidya? Because we do have an identity. Our identity is called Dasosmi. That's the actual identity. But whenever anybody refers to themselves, they say, I am doing this. Yeah, I am belonging to this family. In Sanskrit, the word I is aham, right? So what happens is when we become conditioned by connection with avidya, the first thing avidya does is offer us an alternative identity. It is called asmita. In Sanskrit, the word ita means a condition. Asmi means I. I am in a condition other than being the das of Krishna. Now that needs support because it's not true. So you have to support that. In order to support that, another feature of ignorance comes. It is called ahamkar. Understand? We call it false ego. We translate false ego. The literal meaning in Sanskrit is aham, karana, and karata. I am the cause and the doer of everything. You understand? I am the cause and I am the doer of everything. That's where the trouble begins. That's the problem, right?
I'm running.
So asmita, I have an identity, and then a hamkara comes. I am the cause and the doer. Now, in Bhagavad Gita, somebody quote to me the verse that directly refutes that. Prakriti Vimudatma. You understand? Actually, this is false. We're not the doer. So therefore, you get this English translation, false egoism. Now, even though we have asmita, and identity given by ignorance or vidya, and we have a hamkar supporting that, still we need individual manifestation or identity. That is called upadi. Upadi is the particular identification. My name is my mother is Sally Doe. My father is John Doe. My name is Dodo. You understand? So this identity, it comes about through karma. Srimad Bhagavatam explaining in the third canto, Karmana Daivana Natrena, Janto Deopapakye, right? That this identity has come from our karma previously, from a time without any beginning. And this has been a little bit of a difficult thing, because it's difficult for the jiva to imagine they have been here from Anadikal. But when you will give up self-interest, it'll become very easy to digest this. You understand? Because Bhagavan has all kinds of creations. Spiritual creation. This Shristi Leela is also Bhagavan's creation, is it not? Understand? Yes. So it's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita to make more clear. Swangsarup Vivinam Sarupahana Vishtar. Ananta Vaikunte, Brahmananda Karena Vihar. Bhagavan is having pastimes in the unlimited Vaikuntas, which means Golok, Braj, Ayodhya Dham, Vaikuntha Dham, also Brahmanandas. He also has Leelas here in this world. The Bada Jivas become part of that Shristi Leela from Anadikal. Jiva Goswami is very clear on this point. Paramatma Sandarbha, so many places you can check this. The Tika Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on the 13th verse of Bhagavad Gita. Tika means a commentary, right? He writes a commentary. They're explaining this factor also. So now the Jiva has an upadi, a particular designation, born to a particular family and so forth, so on. Now, because this identity is not real, it gives rise to a duality. Happiness and distress. This is a very key thing to understand here. Happiness and distress. In the Atma itself, that means in the soul, is there any misery?
No.
How you can prove it? Because you went to the intensive. Right? But in the Atma itself, is there any misery?
No.
Not at all. You understand? The nature of the Atma is Ananda. Jiva Goswami Pan Paramatma Sandama, he says, Chit Ananda Atmika. The Atma is Ananda. And when he gives his commentary on that section, he says, Dukkha Pratiyogita. The actual opposite. The Atma has no misery whatsoever. So now the question becomes, if the soul, that's who I am, does not have any misery, where's misery coming from?
Your false identification.
False identification. But now how does that happen? You have these three things. The asmita, ahamkara, upadi. Now those three things, they are the reflections on the chitta. Chitta means like a TV screen. Your consciousness is almost like a TV screen. The Atma sitting on the other side of that TV screen, looking at it, just the same way you look at a movie and is making an investment in the drama. You understand? This is a vicarious, right? It identifies with it. Because the Atma itself, according to scripture, asanga hiyanyam purusha, it never touches the material energy. So the Atma has no possibility, even second canto Bhagavad Gita, can't be burned by fire, can't be with it. It never touches the material energy. You understand? So all of the misery has come from the vicarious identification with the modes of material nature on the TV screen of consciousness of the jiva. And the jiva is identifying with it. Mukunda, great. So from tomorrow, I'm not doing that anymore. But it's not that easy. Because the fifth feature of that thing, so I've mentioned asmita, I've mentioned avidya itself, asmita, rag and dvesha, the duality. The last thing is called abhinivesh. Abhinivesh means an inextricable power that the external energy has to bind the jiva in such a way you cannot get out on your own. It's true. You understand? You cannot, even if you decide tomorrow, Okay, I went to some lecture yesterday. It sounded like a good idea. So from tomorrow, I don't want to be in Maya. So from tomorrow, boss, I'm not, right? But it doesn't happen like that because of Abhinavesh. The inextricable absorption of the material energy conquers the jiva and does not let go. So under what condition can the jiva break this Abhinavesh? In that same verse, it is mentioned there. Anadya Vidya Yukta Shah Purushasha Vedatmanam. Swato na sambhavanti. On your own, you can't break it. Anya. Anya means another person must be there. Who? Ganatva Ganado Bhavet. That person was Ganatva and Ganada. Ganatva means they have transcendental knowledge. It means guru. And Ganada means they have doya, mercy, to give you that mercy. It is the only way to break the Abhinavesh of the material energy. No other way. You understand? Now, when the guru is so merciful, this is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote your namesake, right? You're the namesake of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He wrote, Ekaki ama nahi pai bal, Harinama Sankirtane. I have Harinam Sankirtan, but I don't find strength on my own to break my illusion. Krishna say tumhara Krishna diti paro, tomara sakati ache. Oh, Vaishnav Thakur, you have Krishna and diti paro, you have the ability to give to others. You understand? So when we meet Sadhu Guru, this is the first time that the power to break the absorption in the external energy comes about. Without that happening, it's not possible. But Guru Sadhu is very merciful. Ramanujacharya, in Vedanta Sutra, he gave a commentary on the meaning of the word doya, mercy. Doya he, by the word doya, we certainly mean to say, swarta nirapeksh, swa artha nirapeksha. That person who has no self-interest, that person who will come to you, they don't want money, they don't want fame, they don't want any other reciprocation. Strictly, paradukha ashahishnuta, because they cannot stand to see the suffering of the jiva, they bestow mercy. This is the definition of mercy he gave in the commentary of Vedanta Sutra, Ramanujacharya. So Guru is like that. Guru Sadhu is like that. They bestow mercy causelessly on the jiva. This becomes the jiva's means of getting out of the material world. How does it happen? Brahmanda Brahmya Kaunti, Brahmanda Brahmati Kaun Bhagavanji. Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhakti Larbi. Krishna empowers the Guru and Sadhu with a certain kind of Kripa Shakti that when they will give that to the jiva, it has the power to break the absorption in the material energy. What is the name of that power he gives? It is Swarup Shakti, but what feature of Swarup Shakti? Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. The first thing that's given is faith. Adol Shraddha. First thing is given is faith. That faith has a power in it. This power is called Shraddha Anupaini Barajam Bhakti Unmukhi Chitta Vritti Vishesh. Whereas before you were looking out at the television screen and identifying with the drama. I'm so-and-so, in this lifetime, I'm this, I'm that. This is my husband, this is my wife, these are my children, this is my animals, this is my house, everything. The jiva's absorbed. And then they go through the emotional ups and downs of the material energy. When he gets Shraddha, the Shraddha has the power to take the chitta, turn it towards the service of God, Bhakti Unmukha Chitti Vritti Vishesh. At that time, that absorption is broken for the first time. For the first time also, the thing that we call love is experienced by the jiva. The Guru Sadhu's mercy is the first time of unconditional love manifesting in the life of a jiva. Prior to that, they've only had Kaitava praying. You can't really call it praying. So it's called Kaitava praying. So now a question may arise with Mukunda, wait. It's Kaitava. Kaitava means cheating. Okay. Right? Because everybody is really bargaining with each other. I'll be your friend, you can be my friend if self-interest is there. Right? You take any husband and wife, there's one great story. One time, one lady was married to a husband who was not very Nice. So the husband was abusive, mentally, physically, cheater, so many different things. And his wife used to tolerate so many different things. So at one point, to make a long story short, she thought, oh, listen, my wife is so high class, Dharma Patni. Dharma Patni means like the ultimate position of a wife. She's tolerated so many different things. I have to ask her from where she gets the strength to do this. So one day in a great remorseful mood, he asked his wife, he said, oh, my dear, please tell me, in spite of my having been so abusive, so much of a nonsense, having no regard for your feelings, everything, you've tolerated all these things. What power you have to do this? She said, every day I clean our house and especially I clean our bathroom. He was bewildered. What is that? How will you get power to forgive me for all of my sins, misgivings, all these things, simply by cleaning the house and the bathroom? It says, because every day I use your toothbrush. You understand? And in this way, all ill feelings go away. Is that? But not like this. In real love, it will not be like this. You understand? But Rupa Goswami said, for those who make Bhagavan the center of their relationship, fraternity, or conjugal love means husband and wife, anything, children. If Krishna will be the center, he described, this is called Priti Lakshan. Guyamakiti Prichati, Dadati Patagrinati, Guyamakiti Prichati, Bhunte Bojayate Chaiva, Sad Viram Priti Lakshana. He says these exchanges between those who have God as the center, they can say there's some Priti Lakshan, a quality of Priti exists in those relationships. Like in Vaishnav Maitri. Understand? Some quality in those friendships, because Bhagavan is the center, some affection is there. Because in general, devotees should have no self-interest. Understand? So when Shraddha appears, that breaks the Abhinavesha. The Jiva turns them towards the service of Krishna. When they turn towards the service of Krishna, that time they receive the mercy of relationship with a sadhu. What is the meaning of sadhu? Sadnoti cha, Krishna praniti sadhu. A sadhu means that person who's understood the ultimate goal of life to be love of God. That person is called sadhu. Sadnoti sadaiti cha, Krishna prem iti sadhu. He's a sadhu who understands that love of God is the ultimate goal. Therefore, they don't approach you that I will give you one mantra for some money. They don't approach you, yes, I want to have your service for myself. Sadhu Guru means they understood everything belongs to Bhagavan. And they only want to give kripa, mercy, to engage you in the service of Bhagavan. This is Sadhu Guru. Therefore, real Guru has no Guru Abhiman. The word Guru Abhiman means, I am a Guru. If you think I'm a Guru, you're not Guru. You understand? Because when Rupa Goswami described what is a Guru, Haribol, when he was describing what is Guru, he mentioned 4 qualities right in the beginning of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He's describing, Dandavad Prabhuji, Dandavad. He is describing what is Guru and how we should relate to Guru. And he gave 4 different qualifications. The first thing he said was Guru Pad Asraya. When one finds bona fide Guru, one should do his Asraya. Means he should take shelter of that person. Why? Because the Guru is Sakshat Haritva. He's the direct manifestation in this world. Somebody's crying? Okay. He's a direct manifestation of Hari Shakti in this world. So he's worth taking shelter of. This is called Guru Pad Asraya. Pad here means feet. So it does not mean we should go and curl up under the feet of the Guru. That's also a nice thing also. But not the intention here of Rupa Goswami. Guru Pad Asraya means, Pad means seva. So we should approach Guru with mood of seva. You understand? And then taking the shelter of Guru while offering seva, this is proper Sishya Guru relationship, Guru disciple relationship. Then he told, Tata Diksha Shikshari. Then one should receive Diksha means initiation, means he should be brought into the fold of serving the Lord via the ceremony called Diksha. Diksha is two things. It means giving knowledge and eradicating papa sins. Divya Gyanam, Shiyate Papanasanam. It means to give transcendental knowledge and to give the power to remove sins. This is called Diksha. Understand? Then Guru should give Siksha. Siksha means he should give instructions how to advance in bhakti. Understand? The fourth thing is the most important of them all. Visrambena Guru Seva. The word Visramba means with intimacy of heart, one should come very close to Guru. Therefore, if the relationship with Guru is Guru, 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 and Guru is Asibar, 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 this is not Guru-disciple relationship. Guru-disciple relationship is heart connection. That this is my near and dear. This is my all in all. And the Guru thinks my disciple is all in all. Look the relationship between Narottam Das and Lokanath Goswami. Look the relationship between Rup Goswami and Jeev Goswami Pad. Vishram Bena Guru Seva. In this mood, the transmission of Swarup Shakti, it means the internal potency, which reveals God, can be transmitted. You understand? If you have a garden hose and it's very, very, very long, how long it will take the water to get from the source all the way down to the garden? The hose is 3 miles long. You understand? How long it will take?
It's not true.
Okay. Are we blocking somebody? Okay. So how long it will take for that water to reach? But if the hose is very short, or the distance between the watering source and the garden is very short, oh, so much water can flow there. So gurus and disciples should become very close. It's called Vishrambena Guru Seva. Rup Goswami giving this instruction. This is how we actually make advancement in bhakti. My Gurudev was so affectionate, so kind. Srila Prabhupada, so affectionate, so kind. I know you have to know, Bhakti Titmaras is so affectionate and kind to you. How much he showed mercy. This means Guru-disciple relationship. Any person who has true relationship with Guru, they can attest to that. If not, then it may be on our fault. I'm not availing myself. Maybe I have many secrets. I don't want to be too close to Guru. Also, maybe there too many secrets, too many things going on in the life. It's difficult. Understand? So if the heart is clean, then very quickly we want to come as close to Guru as possible to get the Ashirvad of Guru, to get the blessing of Guru. If we will get that blessing, then very quickly our advancement in bhakti will take place. What is this advancement in bhakti? After doing Shraddha, Adoshraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, you truly understand what is a sadhu. I've already explained that. What does doing the Sangha of a sadhu mean? Samyak Rupain Anugamana. To with heart, body, mind, everything. To follow that sadhu, their instructions, their mood, everything. This is called doing the Sangha of a sadhu. Proximity is not the same thing. Yeah, I was with so-and-so Maharaj, I was with so-and-so Maharaj, many years. I was very close. With attachment. Mosquitoes also come very close. They get close enough to bite, take blood, everything. So proximity is not Sangha. Sangha means Samyak Rupen Anugamana. When by heart, by mind, everything you're serving. In Sanskrit, the word Anu also has different meanings. Anu means to follow something. Anu means also continuously. Anu also means Anutva, means feeling myself very humble, very small. So doing the Sangha of a sadhu with those moods, this is how you advance. Then the sadhu will teach what is bhajana kriya. He will teach bhajan. Bhajan means how to practice bhakti. In the practice of the bhajan, there's a kriya. Kriya is a shakti of Bhagavan's. So when you practice, the power inherent in the practice will remove anarthas. It's not a separate endeavor. Part of thinking I'm the doer is, I have to remove my anarthas. You cannot remove your anarthas. Who can remove your anarthas? Bhagavan. Therefore, by the Shakti imbued in serving Bhagavan, it removes anarthas. Anartha is 27 different things. Vishwanath Chakravarti, I'm explaining. Unwanted things. If you want to obtain bhakti, there's 27 hurdles. Even if you watch any Olympic race, they don't have to jump over 27 things. You understand? But unfortunately, in bhakti, 27 things are there. What things? 4 types of 4 anarthas. One is called asatrishna. I'm going to do each one. The whole class will be so extended. But it means attachment to temporary things. Ritu means things like duplicity. You understand? Aparad, different kinds of aparad. Nam aparad, save aparad. Vaishnav aparad is not listed in this group. Why? Because if you commit Vaishnav aparad, bas. Finished. Because if there's Vaishnav aparad, nothing can help you. Harishtane aparade, tare harinam. Tomara aparade, nahi koedan. If you offend a Vaishnav, no help. Therefore, in the 10 offenses in Padma Puran, what is the first one? Sadhu Nimda? To blaspheme Vaishnav? So this one is not mentioned in those swaparas. But in doing seva, mistake may be there. You didn't chant the mantra right. When you're waking up Thakurji, maybe you're 2 minutes late. You understand? Offering the bhog, you forgot to put one offering. So some mistake can be made like this. This is aparad, but it can be forgiven by seva mood and by harinam. You understand? Harinam aparad, nam aparad can be replaced or reconciled by more harinam. The more you will chant, it will erase those offenses to harinam. You understand? To Vaishnav, no recourse. The other one is called Swarup Brahm. It means to not know what you're doing when you're practicing. Many times I've been traveling over the course of years. What bhajan practice Al Srila Prabhupada gave us, if you will understand this, you can make advancement so fast. The very first thing you do when you get up in the morning, I remember 1975, I was in the Bhakta program in New Dwarka. That was the first Bhakta program, I think, in our movement. I started going to the temple in 1972 in Brooklyn, Henry Street. That time there wasn't really a Bhakta. I mean, Bhaktivinoda Thakur there. Bhaktivinoda I met there. And I remember getting fed breadsticks, pakoras, and halava. I didn't miss any of those meals, obviously. You understand? Yeah. All right, now on to the next thing. You understand? But, so first thing you do in the morning that's taught is before you place your feet on the ground, you, in your bed, you roll over and you recite Nama Om, and then your Guru Pranam. What is Nama Om? What is the meaning of Namaha? Obeisances. But literally, Na Aham Mameti, not I and mine. It is the indication of Saranagati. Then, very first thing you do, you wake up in the morning, and Nama Om, Vishnu Padaya, etc. Om here means bhakti. Akara Krishna, Ukara Radha, Imkara Jiva, Chandra Bindi means praying. So you're offering obeisances to the ideal you want to obtain. How will you obtain it? Oh, by taking shelter at the lotus feet of Guru. So you recite your Guru Dev Pranam. But Namaha means Saranagati. First thing. Then you recite Mini Stav and Stuti before you place your feet on the ground. Samudra Mekale Devi, Parvat Stana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam. So Paraspasha, Shamasrame. Oh, Bhumi Devi, please forgive me for having to place my feet on your body. Understand? One thing the other day I didn't realize, devotees didn't realize. For men only, when you pay obeisances, you do Shashtang Pranam. You lay out completely on the floor. So why do you need to get up and pay obeisances again, Panchang Pranam? Why is this? Because you laid your body on Bhumi Devi. The second Pranam is to Bhumi Devi. You understand? So when you pay obeisances, Dandavat Pranam, then you rise again. The second obeisance is actually to Bhumi Devi. That because you laid on the body of Bhumi Devi, now you're paying to Bhumi Devi, please forgive me for this. You understand? This is the second meaning of that pranam. Understand? Many devotees not understanding. You understand? Because you paid Shashtang Pranam, so now you pay less Pranam. So now second one is to Bhumi Devi. Women do not do Shashtang Pranam. Right? Only 5 limbs will touch.
Why do we not? So we're offering obeisances, but then we're offering. Oh, because we haven't.
You have not laid out. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
After that, you will go and you will answer the call of nature. Do all morning sadachar, taking bath. Technically, you should meditate. Ganga Jamuna Chavi Godavari Saraswati Navindu Sindhu Kavre Jaleshwin Sanidin Guru. Taking bath in holy places, then applying tilak in 12 places on the body. What 12 places of this body? 12 places, it represents the temples of Vishnu, no harm. But for those, especially in Gaudiya line, what is these 12 places? How many forests are there in Braj?
12, yeah.
Stand.
Correspondence.
These 12 marks of tilak, all these names, Keshavaya, Madhava, Govinda, they're all names of Krishna. And these tilak marks are the 12 places of Braj. In those 12 places of Braj, Radha and Krishna are having their Milan. This patra is Vrinda Devi. She's arranging the Milan of Radha and Krishna. So we've decorated this body as the sevak of Radha and Krishna Yuga. It's the meaning of our tilak, Urva Pandra tilak. Understand? For Gaudiya Vaishnava. Different meanings may be there for different people, but for us, Urva Pundra in Gaudiya line coming from Mahaprabhu, this is the meaning. Right? Because we have studied Chaitanya Charitamrita closely, all these meanings are given there. Okay? Next thing you'll do is you'll go to wake up Thakurji. But before you go to wake up Thakurji, first thing you do is touch the lotus feet of your Guru. Uttasvastisto, Sri Guru, Tajanilam, Kripamoy. Right? Oh, Gurudev, please wake up. And then in your heart, of course, we do in the temple formally everything, but you'll sing Guru Astakam of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad. So many devotees are singing 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Samsaradava Navalita Loka Tranaya Karuna Gana Ganakam. What is this Guru Astakam? It is not only a ritual to be done every morning, it is the dhyan of the service of Guru. Samsaradhava Navalita Loka. My Gurudev came like a cloud, taking water from the ocean of mercy. Who was the ocean of mercy? Who was more merciful even than Krishna himself?
Srimati Radhika.
Srimati Radhika. More merciful than Krishna himself. You understand? That's why Krishna wants to have the mood of Radhika. That's why he comes as Mahaprabhu. Understand? Therefore, he extracts from the ocean of mercy, right? Of Srimati Radhika's heart, her compassion. Then the difference is that if you are burning in a fire and you go to an ocean full of salt water, will that be very helpful? Therefore, the indication here is that the jiva in their person condition cannot approach the ocean of the rasa of Radha and Krishna's lila, not yet having adhikar. But what does Gurudev do? Like a cloud, Gana Ganavtam, he extracts that water from the ocean, and when that cloud moves and drops the water down, what kind of water is it?
Fresh water.
Fresh water. You understand? That fresh water then nourishes the creeper of bhakti and allows you to grow in increments till you have adhikar. This is the mercy of Guru. So this first thing, remember, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote this Guru Astakam, same person who wrote the Grantha book, Madhurya Kandambini. Understand? This explains all of the processes of bhakti. So here, the Guru Astakam from the first verse to the 6th verse represents the stages from Shraddha to Bhav. So if you'll meditate, you'll get all these meanings. In the 2nd verse, Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Varitramajan Manasorasena. There, Gurudev has now introduced the Sishya into Gaur Leela. Because without the Leela of Mahaprabhu, can you go to the Leela of Radha and Krishna? Not possible. Gaurang Gira Rasanave, Seturanga Jave Dube, Chi Radha Madhavantaranga. If you go into Gaur Leela deeply, you'll come up in the Leela of Radha and Krishna. You cannot approach Radha Krishna Leela otherwise. So Guru introduces Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita. The Kirtan, the dancing, the singing, everything regarding Mahaprabhu's Leela is introduced to the Sishya in the 2nd verse. In the 3rd verse, he then introduces Vigraha Seva. Sri Vigraha Aradhana. Nana Nityanana. The Nitya Seva of Radha and Krishna. What is the meaning of Sri Vigraha? 3 meanings are here. First meaning is the Vigraha of Sri. Who is Sri? Radha. So it introduces to the save of Srimati Radharani. Secondly, Sri Vigraha means Radha Krishna Yugul, when they are together. What time are we doing this? This is called Nisant Leela, or Mangal Arti is doing the Nisant Leela period. This is the period in which Radha and Krishna have been together. So now you're going in, you're serving the form of, you're not doing, Gurudev is doing. Yes. And you're there, you're witnessing. Gurudeva's service to Srimati Radhika and Radha Krishna Yugul. Another meaning here is when Radha Krishna become one form, he is called Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that service is now being done in the Gambhira by Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar. This is the meaning of Sri Vigraha. So Sri Vigraha Seva is going on there. By this Sri Vigraha Seva, Chaturavidashi Bhagavat Prasad. For so many years, devotees very happily thought this meant 4 kinds of prasadam. And that Gurudev was mentioning that, listen, yeah, halava, puris, kachoris. And in fact, if you double it and make it 8 kinds, what harm? Add sweet rice, then 2 sabjis, and also 2 kinds of rice, then more pakora. You understand? So this verse became Brahman for prasadam unlimited. You understand? Yeah, our own Guru Parampara Vishnu Chakra said, eat much prasad. Chaturavidashi Bhagavat Prasad. What is the meaning here? Chaturavidashi Bhagavat Prasad. Swadana. Swadana means aswadan. Means to taste. It means the stage of ruchi in which taste comes in the sadhaka. He's saying taste 4 kinds of Bhagavat Prasad. What are 4 kinds of Bhagavat Prasad that Krishna has that no one else has? Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Prem Madhuri. These 4 things only manifest in Bhagavan when he's in Braj. Jiva Goswami Pad wrote, Bhagavat Stavad Asadharana, Madhurya Tattva, Madhurya Aishwarya Tattva Visesh, Sarup Paramananda. He wrote that when Krishna is in Vrindavan, he manifests these 4 qualities. No other forms of Bhagavan have this. Therefore, among all the forms of Bhagavan, Krishna Swayam Bhagavan, the original form. And the form that is asadharan means in the category of God, because every incarnation of God has 6 opulences. Aishwarya, Samagrasa, Virya, Sri, etc. All have 6 opulences. But none have these 4 qualities. So those who will serve in this line, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling, you will taste the 4 types of Bhagavat Prasad, meaning 4 types of Krishna Madhuri in Braj. You understand? When you will taste these 4 kinds of Madhuri, this is called the stage of Ruchi. From that stage of Ruchi, when Ruchi becomes mature, it becomes Asakti. In the stage of Asakti, you cannot have even a moment's tolerance without having your goal. So it's expressed there, Shri Radhikaya Madhavya Madhurja Lila Guna Rupananam, Pratikshana. Pratikshana means not even a moment, Lolupas. That thou have so much anxiousness for the savor of Radha and Krishna every single moment. This indicates the stage of Asakti. The next stage, Ni Kunja Yuno Rati Keli Sedai, Yarali Bir Yutera Pekshaniai, Tatrari Dakshat Atti Valabasha, Pande Guru Shichan. Next stage, one sees one's own Guru Dev in the form of a Sevaka in Nikunja. Who serves in the Nikunja of Radha Krishna?
Manjari.
Only Manjaris. When you will have this darshan, this indicates the stage of bhav. The same time you realize the swarup of your guru, you'll realize your own swarup. If you will try to jump to that stage from a lower stage, this is called prakrita sahajavad. Understand? And rather than getting the goal, you'll actually miss the mark. It's like somebody taking a run and they jump to try to grab a tree branch. And you jump and you're almost there, and at that last minute, I didn't make it. Right? So where do you go from there? And hit very hard. So we want to be careful. We want to meditate daily, following very closely everything, being very astute to hearing Harikatha and practicing Harinam. Both verses, then gradually, naturally, organically, it will unfold in these stages. In the 7th verse of Guru Astakam, one realizes my Guru Dev is Hari Saksharaditva, because he is so dear to Krishna. Why? Because Radhika's servants have the power to even stop Krishna from coming to see Radhika. Then, Rup Manjari, who's Rupa Goswami in Golina, Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami, they have the power to tell Krishna, you can't see her today. And Krishna will sit and cry. Understand? It's written by Jayadev Goswami Pad in Geet Govinda. So now this is a little, a little different level. He wrote there, Krishna sometimes, he wants to see Radhika, but Radhika has become angry for one reason or another. It is called man. Sometimes it has a cause, sometimes there's no cause. Understand? If it has a cause, it's called Durjayaman. It means she has a reason to be angry, and therefore it's really, really strong anger. To break that anger, Krishna tries many different things. Finally, Krishna realizes, done, beg, so many things are not working. Done means to like try to give a gift. Beg means to divide the party. Listen, Manjari, you know me. I'm not a bad person. I love Radhika so much. So you understand? He'll try to divide the party. You understand? But they'll stand strong. You understand? Finally, Nati means Krishna will have to beg. So Jayadev Goswami wrote this slok, and he mentioned Smara Kalana Gandanam Mama Sirasi Mandanam Dehi Pada Palavam Udharam Priye Charusile Monchamai Manam Anidhanam. Beautiful verse, Geet Govinda. He told, listen, Radhika, I have been suffering and burning in separation for so long because of your man. So now I'm begging you, Radhika, please give me your man. Place it on my head. So one time my Guru Parapadma told that once Krishna was in this mood and he went to the house of Radhika and he said, oh, Radhika, please, I'm begging you to give me your anger, give me your man. Radhika said, wait here. She went inside. She took all rice, dal, flour, so many different things. She came, oh, you've come today as a beggar and you want to take my anger. Let me show you what my anger looks like. She took the whole tray of everything, right on top of his head. You understand? But Krishna will love this. Priyaman yari kori tandra batsan, vedastutu hoite hare hari say morman. Even if you have hundreds of Brahmins lined up reciting Purusha Shukta, Sahasra Sirisa Purusha, you have hundreds lined up singing. The gopis' chastisement will catch Krishna's ears, he'll run from there to go and hear the chastisement they give. Why? Because their love is unparalleled. And among all gopis, Radhika's love is unparalleled. And therefore Krishna cannot live without it. Understand? So all of these things are realized in the practice that our Srila Prabhupada gave, and also by doing them with attention. If you do them in Niyamagraha, Niyam Agraha. Long in Sanskrit, Niyamagraha means to do them like a ritual. What time is it? 4 o'clock, I have to get up. Okay. You understand? And all meanings, all moods, all dhyan means meditation will pass your heart by. And therefore, it will not reciprocate. And if you cannot get taste from bhajan, where will your taste come from? Raso Rajam, Raso Piyasha, Param Jishwanavati. It will come from Jad Ras, material world. So if you want to taste bhakti, you have to give special attention to these things. Not only doing seva, but doing seva with mood. If the wife comes to a point, yes, I want to serve my husband, but I'm actually tired of him. So it'll go from very beautiful thali was offered in, oh, Prabhuji, sit. I'm being ideal here now. So please don't get on, right? Oh, please sit, Prabhu. Can I get anything? And also sitting and serving, doing everything. Next mood, yes, Prabhu, here. Here's the plate. Take. Third mood, Haribol. Haribol. Haribol, Bhati. Haribol, Bhati. Any prasadism? It's in the refrigerator. You have legs. So we don't want to have a relationship like that with our Seva. So to make a very close relationship with Seva, we have to have deep heart mood, first to Guru. Because we don't know Mahaprabhu, we don't know Radha Krishna. We've not experienced that yet. I cannot speak for all here, so please forgive me. Somebody may have, I've not. But if somebody has, they're very fortunate. So I'm giving my Dandavat Pranam. But if you have not, then all of this attention, love should go to Shri Guru. Because Shri Guru then becomes the persona of that ideal. And your love for Guru will be the driving force in your Shraddha and Bhajan. If your Gurudev has entered Samadhi, you will think my Gurudev has not died. Samadhi doesn't mean death. Samadhi. Sama means being now of an equal mind. Right? The D means mindset is equal. Because while Gurudev is performing his Acharya Leela here, he'll have 3 different conditions. One condition is called Bahirvas. he will talk to his disciples, control the preaching, organize this, organize that. One state is called Ard Bahir Das. Sometimes Gurudev will be giving Harikatha. And Gurudev will close eyes. And we saw Srila Prabhupada. The next thing we saw in Srila Prabhupada in Atlanta, right? He'll chant everything and he'll be half internal, half external. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving a Srimad Bhagavatam class in Atlanta, Georgia. He started, usually he would do Udipan. Udipan means to stimulate his speaking. He'll sing Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Jaya Radha Madhava. This bhajan, Srila Prabhupada gave the deepest things in the world. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. I'll tell afterwards. Anyway, Srila Prabhupada began chanting Jaya Radha. Devotees waited. 15 seconds passed. 30 seconds passed. Devotees, sannyasis were there serving Prabhupada, looking at each other. Any medical condition maybe is going on? What's happening? Everybody, should we do, not do, what to do? Maybe 45 seconds passed. Srila Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna. This last stage is called Antradasya. By the vehicle of the Uripan, means the stimulus of chanting Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Srila Prabhupada, because he's so high class pure devotee, directly he experienced the Kunja Lila of Radha and Krishna. Jai, Radha's victory over Krishna in that Kunja Lila. Because the name Madhava means when Krishna has come under the control of Radhika, he is called Madhava. Understand? You read Rupa Goswami's writing. That when Radhika attains one mood, called Swadhina Bhatrika Nayika, means the heroine who has complete control over her beloved. Krishna assumes the name Madhava at that time. So Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. You understand? This is the meaning of this. So many things are in this this bhajan, but not because it's a little bit high type. So we want to do bhajan with aspiration for these things. And if we have sincerity, and we will do, certainly Guru, Sadhu, a Guru Parampara, they will give blessing. Because Mahaprabhu wanted this, that everybody will get this. That's why he uttered, as I mentioned in the very beginning, that prophecy. Our Srila Prabhupada, he was the gift he gave, he was the fulfillment of that prophecy of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu's prophecy from his own mouth took the shape of our Srila Prabhupada. Understand? And therefore now to the whole world. Sometimes I'm going to travel to do Harikatha, and I think I'm speaking about the nature of Rasavichar, Palyadasi of Radhika. I was a young boy playing basketball in the parks in Brooklyn. This is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Understand? So if you first want to learn so you cannot cry for Radha and Krishna Mahaprabhu because you've not seen them. But if you think of the mercy of Prabhupada, you'll cry. Because he literally saved everyone's life. Understand? Jai Haribo. Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Maybe you could just explain a little bit on the actual meaning of bhakti. The actual meaning, because for so many years, so many people have been acquainted with Krishna consciousness, about bhakti, and generally, people, a lot of times in our travels, people say, well, bhakti is devotional service. But what actually are the definitions of our acharyas? There's so many different Sabai Pumsam Paro Dharma Yato Bhaktir Bhoksajay Bhotikiya Pratiyata Yayatma Suprasidati. So many different verses. But this one verse from Srila Rupa Goswami is defining the actual combination of all other definitions. And I would like Mukunda to speak some on that verse, because this will help us to get an understanding of what we're actually doing. What is actual bhakti? Because if we don't set up and understand the nature, when you want to go somewhere, you first have to fix up your aim and objective, where you want to go. Then you have to figure out a means of how to get there. So first you set up your goal. Then you have a means. Then you can actually take to the process of doing it. You want to go to India, you got to get a passport. You have to have visa. You have to have money. You have to go to the airport. So many times we have an understanding that, yes, I want to go back home, back to Godhead. I want to develop love for the Supreme Lord. But what type of love did Mahaprabhu come to give? We're actually thinking, well, I'm saying, Prahlad Maharaj, did he have love for Supreme Lord?
Yes.
Yes. Hanuman, did he have love for the Supreme Lord?
Yes.
But what particular type of love did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to give? So we have to first of all understand what is our aim and objective. What Krishna? There's so many different manifestations or forms of Krishna. And Mukunda Prabhu was mentioning that. But first of all, we have to understand, we have to become what is known as ekantika or ekantic, one-pointed, to understand who is actually our Ishtadev. So this verse by Srila Rupa Goswami is a definition of actual what is Sudha Bhakti. Anya Abhilasita Sunyam, Jnana Kamari Anavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhakti Uttama. This is so important because otherwise we will be like those hamsters on the wheel, just running around the wheel for years and years and then finally poof. And I remember Kundali Prabhu, who was a devotee, and one of my favorite books, he did one book, is Jnana Yoga.
Oh.
Is what is it? No, the poem, Mushy in the Middle.
Yeah.
Is the incredible poem that he did. So we should not want to be mushy in the middle. We should actually do the best that we can. He said Mushy never wanted to love. He always wanted to love, never to hate. But the only thing Mushy hated was to discriminate. We have to have the proper type of intelligence, spiritual intelligence, to understand what to do and what not to do. Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, who does he say doesn't know what to do and what not to do? What tendency is that? It's a demoniac tendency. So we have to become fixed and focused on what it is we're doing. We can't do it haphazardly. Prabhupada would often say it's like shaving. A little inattention, blood will flow. So we have to take the process seriously. This is an eternal process. It's going to take us some time, but you have to be fixed and focused, because if you're not fixed and you're not sincere, you can easily be cheated.
I think you explained, because if I explain Anya Vilasita Sunyam, it'll be a whole nother.
Just 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Not 10 minutes, it'll be so that, but just briefly. So he's quoting one verse, Rupa Goswami Pad's given a definition of pure bhakti. He quoted that in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many verses written to describe pure bhakti. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered Rupa Goswami to write a verse that would be conclusive of what is pure bhakti. So Anya Abhilasita Sunya. Sunya means to be void of. Anya Abhilas means any other desire. So the meaning here is that we should have a desire, because it says Anya Abhilas. So Anya Abhilas, first I'm describing only Anya Abhilas Sunya. Don't have any other desire except Jnana Karma Navritam. Don't let Jnana or Karma cover this desire. What? Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam. The continuous endeavor for Krishna's Anukul. Anukul means Krishna's happiness. But here it's tricky. That's why I didn't want to go down this way. Because here it means Krishna's Kalyan. Kalyan means, they give the example. Krishna was taking the breast milk of Mother Yashoda. But Mother Yashoda took Krishna and put him down during Damodar Leela to go and attend to the milk. Krishna began to cry. So Krishna expressed unhappiness. Is Mother Yashoda doing bhakti or not?
Yes.
Yes, because it's for Krishna's Kalyan. If I will tend to the milk, I can make burfi, yoga, cheese, sabjis, so many things. And also out of motherly affection, this duty and service is higher than Krishna's just wanting to take breast milk. Krishna is unlimited. Mother Yashoda's supply of breast milk is unlimited. You understand? So no other Leela will go on. So actually this is bhakti. On the other hand, when Krishna went to Mathura and he wrestled with Charan and Mustika, Toshal, etc., they were fighting with Krishna and Krishna was expressing happiness. Was it bhakti or not?
No.
Why?
Because it wasn't favorable.
Pratikul bhakti.
Because they had pratikul bhav. Means they were ordered by Kamsa to kill Krishna. So why was Krishna having pleasure? Because Krishna is Atmaramita. So he's always in pleasure, but their mood was not bhakti. So to distinguish all these details, Rupa Goswami wrote this verse. So those two things are called Vyakti and Apti Vyakti Dosh. The fault of under-explaining the meaning or over-explaining the meaning of bhakti. One thing I did not explain, Anya Abhilasita Sunyam. So what happens, Mukunda, if my life is being threatened? If I'm about to get into a terrible accident and I say, help me, Krishna, because I had the desire to save my life, will that be against bhakti? No. This word ita is the caveat. Ita means a condition under which naturally you would express the desire for help. The example given by our acharyas is Draupadi. Draupadi first tried to hold her sari, then finally she let go, hey Govinda. So was Draupadi, for her lajja, means her shyness, her chastity, was she not doing bhakti? No, she did bhakti because only she felt Govinda could save her. She took complete shelter. So it was not against bhakti. So anya abhilas ita, with that condition that to save your own life, etc., is not contrary to bhakti, but don't have any other desire. Well, Krishna, since we can have that one desire, when you save my life, can you also give me a new car, new house, jobs? You understand? So this will not be anya abhilas ita. You understand? I'm just saying, since you're going to save the life, can you make it also very nice? You understand? So this is not anya abhilas ita.
While you're at it, Chris.
While you're at it. You understand?
Well, he does mention that.
Yeah.
Majja Lila, chapter 22. Krishna says, if someone desires,
Oh, you get, yeah.
fulfill that.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
But if it keeps on, he says, I take it away and give them service to my Lord.
And this is also not Krishna's real mercy, to fulfill the desire like that. It's not his real mercy.
Yes.
His real mercy is if he will give praise.
Yes.
He says, like a child playing, coming
Yes.
to you to disturb,
Well, he gives
you give him the toy, go and
He
play.
gives praying through the devotee,
To the devotee.
not directly.
Directly. Krishna doesn't directly give praise. He gives to the devotee. So
Because Krishna doesn't have Krishna praying.
Radhika has Krishna.
Radhika has Krishna.
Any other questions here before we get ready to end? Because it's already 8 o'clock and we don't want to be too late.
8:12.
8:12 already. Very quickly, time goes.
If I may ask you a question. Earlier you were saying that Ram Krishna and Vishnu all have 6 opulences, and only something that makes Krishna different than the rest.
He has 4 qualities. His flute playing, his beauty. Krishna's beauty exceeds all beauty, even that of Ramachandra. It's mentioned he's Lavanya Sar. Lavanya Sar means the essence of what is called beauty. Krishna is that. So there's no beauty beyond Krishna. So his form, his flute playing, his pastimes are unparalleled. The pastimes of Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan, they establish what is Dharma. He's called Maryada Purushottam. He establishes he's the perfect son, perfect husband, perfect brother. Everything of Dharma, he's perfect. Understand? So, but Krishna's Leelas are full of charm. Though he's Bhagavan, though he's God, and Krishna can create the whole universes just by his expansion of Vishnu, that same Krishna struggles to carry the sandals of Nanda Maharaj on his head. So under this kind of love, like every year we do Damodarastakam. You know this prayer? Everybody knows this prayer? Nama Yeshwaram Sach. So, third slok, Iti Dikshwali Labirananda Kunde Swagoshan Nimanjantam Ayantayantam Tadi Yeshita Geshu Bhaktarchita Tvam. If you want to understand how to bring Bhagavan under your control, understand the love of these Brijavasis. So he has this Leela where he comes under the control of love. And this love is greater than Maryada. Maryada means like, what's the translation Maryada? Like rules, regulations, etiquette. Yes, etiquette, etc. So love is higher. You understand? Because even you can see in the general society, any man and any lady will have Maryada. You have to be respectful. You cannot speak inappropriately, all these things. Understand? But between husband and wife, they can joke, they can do so many things. Because love is a higher principle than Maryada. So Krishna has the Leelas that are filled with praying. And the last thing is his associates. He has the kind of associates like Madhu Mangal. Madhu Mangal he will tell to Krishna, listen, Mother Yashoda is making ladus for you. This morning, I understand. You should encourage her that you need to eat extra. You've been very skinny. I know you won't eat them, but you can give them to me. Go on. So this is the nature of this associate. They feel themselves equal to Krishna. So once Madhu Mangal did like that, Mother Yashoda was making so many different ladus. So he went personally and said, you will not ask. I'm not shy also. She's like my mother also. Oma, please, you can make extra ladus for me. Because when I have to travel with these boys for tending the cows, they walk very far distance. They don't care. I'm a Brahmin. Brahmins, there's not our normal duty. So this is very tiring for me. If you make extra ladus, then I'll have extra energy. So Mother Yashoda, Batu, certainly. She began to make so many extra ladus. So Krishna and Sridham, they saw this thing. And they went in the kitchen. As soon as Mother Yashoda finished making all the ladus, she put them in one bag, in a sack. So Krishna and Sridham went in. They took the ladus out and they put rocks inside. So then, when Madhu Mangal, they all went for Gochara, means cow already. Then all picked up their sacks. Very easily they were walking. Madhu Mangal picked up his sack. He thought, oh my gosh, he put it on. He thought, Mother Yashoda so loving me so much. She made so many. You understand? It's so heavy. So all the boys would ask, oh, Mother, you're struggling so much. Let us carry. No. Stay away. I don't need any help. Understand? So then Krishna that day said, let's do Gocharan and Govardhan. So now they have to walk up the mountain. So now all cows going up, all the boys are walking up, and Madhu Mangal is practically crawling. Madhu, let us help. No. Don't touch my bag. No. Understand? So when they get time to have lunch, now Madhu Mangal is very happy. He's savoring. Actually, water's coming from his mouth, everything. So he closes his bag and he sits very close to the bag. You all go ahead and start eating. Don't worry about my bag. You understand? So the boys, they pull out the ladu and start eating. Madhu Mangal's only sniffing the bag. Oh, you understand? Just thinking. You understand? So then Krishna goes, oh, Madhu, what did you get today? Don't worry about what I have. Eat your own food, don't worry. You understand? So I said, no, but we just want to, maybe we can share. No, I don't need to share anything. You eat your lunch, I'll eat my lunch. Understand? So, but no, we think that you must have something very great. So then Madhu Mangal is guarding his sack. If I says, I should eat very quickly because these boys are so greedy, I may try to take, and then they will offend the Brahmin. So I'm going to eat also, they don't offend the Brahmin. So he opens his sack, and he gets ready to put his hand in, and he only pulls out a rock. You understand? So then he thinks they've stolen it. He thinks, you all stole my ladus. So then they start throwing ladus, and then Sridham will open his mouth. Krishna will throw the ladu. It will go over the head of Madhu Mangal into the mouth of Sridham. So this kind of lila is so charming and so sweet. You understand? And all Brijabasis, their love and affection make these kind of leelas go on. And of all of these leelas, Samyak Saravasana Krishna Ras Leela. The Ras Leela is the pinnacle. Because in that leela, all the moods of the highest kind of love are manifest. And our goal is to serve those Brijabasis. That mood is what we want to have. So we're practicing for that.
Mukunda, one thing.
Thank
Now
you.
that you mentioned it, here's the point. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adivila, chapter 3, text 13, 14, 15, and 16. Listen carefully. Lord Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastimes as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus. For a long time, I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Lord Krishna seldom awards, this is Prabhupada's purport, seldom awards pure transcendental love, but without such pure love of God, free from fruitive activities and empiric speculation, one cannot attain perfection in life. This is that definition, Anyavilasita Sunyam. So then text 15, Srila Prabhupada is saying here, one second. Everywhere in the world, people worship me according to the scriptural injunctions, but simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Brajabhumi. Now this purport, This is Adi Leela, chapter 3, text 16. Very, very important. Listen carefully. Knowing my opulence, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration, but devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. So here's our Srila Prabhupada's purport. After his appearance, Lord Krishna thought he had not distributed the transcendental personal dealings with his devotees in Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. One may understand the science of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the Vedic literature and thus become a devotee of the Lord and worship him within the regulative principles described in the scriptures. But one will not know in this way how Krishna is served by the residents of Brajabhumi. One cannot understand the dealings of the Lord in Vrindavan simply by executing the ritualistic regulative principles mentioned in the scriptures. By following scriptural injunctions, one may enhance his appreciation for the glories of the Lord, but there is no chance for one to enter into personal dealings with him. Giving too much attention to understanding the exalted glories of the Lord reduces the chance of one's entering into personal loving affairs with the Lord. To teach the principles of such loving dealings, the Lord decided to appear as Lord Chaitanya.
So what is saying here is Bhakti is good. All of us will have to pass through Bhakti because when you come, that is the building block. That if you don't have the desire to go higher for Raganuga Bhakti, it is very difficult. But you cannot have it by yourself. You need the person who has it. So if you are, not having that mood through the mercy of Guru, then you can never have it. You always be in Vaidhi Bhakti. You can have Vaidhi Bhakti until you reach the stage of Bhav. But then it will never take you to Goloka Vrindavan. It will take you to Vaikuntha.
One thing is that if you follow what Srila Prabhupada gave, though, you will go to Brajadam. Because the program that Srila Prabhupada gave is actually imbued with Raga. He established the deities of Radha Krishna. He just went over Guru Astakam. When there's Tulsi Puja, you're asking Tulsi, Mora e Abilas, Vilas Kunjidio Vaj. Please give me residence in Vrindavan. Make me a follower of the Sakya. So all the things that Srila Prabhupada gave, give you access to Vrindavan. So if you follow it sincerely, right, with meaning, you will go to Vrindavan. Okay? Because he established the deities of Radha Krishna, Krishna Balaram. And Jagannath deities, Jagannath is Krishna witnessing himself taste the mood of Radhika as Mahaprabhu. Jagannath is the form of Krishna witnessing himself taste the mood of Radhika as Mahaprabhu. And the Rath Yatra is the success of the Brijabasis taking Krishna back to Vrindavan, which they could not accomplish in Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we go to Rath Yatra, this is the mood. Krishna Vrajalana Jaye Bhavanti. That now you're joining the Brijabasis and taking Krishna back to Vrindavan. Because when Krishna left Vrindavan, when Akrura came, he told Asyayati or Paravas Agamishami. I will return after a day and a half. You understand? That's what he told to them when he left. 100-something years passed, they meet at Kurukshetra. So they're telling, listen, you told you'll be gone for a day and a half. Listen, so many things happened. When I killed Kamsa, then his wives are the daughters of Jarasan, Ashti Prapti, caused so many problems. I had to kill so many more demons. Okay, very good. But now you can come to Vrindavan now? No. Still some more demons have to be killed. In Srimad Bhagavatam, he does not return. Gopal Champu, Jimukswami is written, he returns after killing Dantwa. Srimad Bhagavatam, he doesn't return. So the Rati Atra is a success of the Brijabasis finally bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan from Dwarka after meeting at Kurukshetra. This is why Bhagavad Gita, the highest form of Bhagavad Gita understanding, is that somebody has to mute. But when Krishna comes to Kurukshetra, it's prior to the battle. If he meets the Brijabasis at Kurukshetra prior to the battle, when he comes back to Kurukshetra, Arjuna doesn't become bewildered. Krishna becomes bewildered in separation. Because Arjuna and Krishna are so close, comparison, Arjuna becomes bewildered. This sets the stage for Krishna to pull the. Is that for the phone conference? Okay. So what happens then is that Krishna pulls the chariot in the middle of the battlefield. And now he spends 700 verses to Katha to Arjuna in coded language how much he's feeling separation from Brijabasis. This is the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita. But according to your adhikar, you'll take. If your adhikar is dharma, you'll take how to do my duty. If your adhikar is to understand the soul, you'll get Atma Tattva. If your adhikar is for devotion to God, you'll understand his godhood and your nature being a servant. If your adhikar is for Braj Bhakti, you'll understand Krishna's separation from Braj, staying in Dwarka, first Mathura, then Dwarka for so many years, suffering and separation. Understand? And then if you have high class of Bhav, you'll understand how much he's missing Radhika and how he's catharting to Arjuna in codes. This is called Sankhya. Bhashya means hints. How much he's feeling separation. And this is the Sarva Guhyatam Katha of Bhagavad Gita. In Gita Upanishad, it's mentioned there. Sarva Upanishado Gavo, Dugdha Nandana Gopala, Parthavatsa Sudhir Bhokta, Gita Amritam Mahat. He's telling here, Arjuna was taken by the side of Krishna like a calf. Vatsa means calf. When you want to get milk from a cow, what do you need to do? You have to bring the calf, then the cow will give milk. So by bringing Arjuna close to him, it extracted the amrit, the nectar of his mood of love for Brijabasis. That came out as Bhagavad Gita.
That's also Arjuna chapter 4, text 2:11.
The proof of it is there.
O Partha, I speak to you the truth. The gopis are my helpers, teachers, disciples, servants, friends, and consorts. I do not know what they are not to me.
It's getting very late. So let's do this. Just a little kirtan. Srikant Prabhu, we can ask how he wants to do the prasad seva. Maybe I think he's going to have people come that way. Just how you want to do prasad seva, people will come and just.
Yes, Prabhu.
All right.
Yeah, I would like to do a little buffet service. I apologize.
Oh, no, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yep, so, on the kitchen, there's a prasadam. So
Okay.
we'll take it, then come on the table, and we'll also left some prasadam on the table so that you don't have to run to the kitchen every time for filling.
Okay. So quickly. Okay. Is there?
Kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bol Brahmanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Bhaktivinoda ki jai. San ki jai. San Prabhu ki jai. Hari Bol. Hari Bol, devotees on the phone conference.
Hari Bol, Dhanavad.
Anuradha Didi, thank you for the Zoom.
Dhanavad.